Welcome, crypto fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. We recaptured 61,000, then did a little correction. So a lot of volatility right now. I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis. And quoting Max Kaiser, El Salvador is the new sovereign denominator. Every country's freedom index will be measured against El Salvador on a 1 to 100 scale. The U.S. scores around the 80%, Britain around 70%. Also, as Plan B points out, Bitcoin at 60,000, we're up 4x from the bottom, just like before the pump in 2017, as well as in 2020 and 2021. Also, Jack Mallers projects Bitcoin hitting $100,000 per coin before the end of the year on a brand new interview. We'll also be discussing BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF holdings surpass gray scales for the first time, according to Arkham Intelligence, as well as, Jack Mallers also says the U.S. needs dollar liquidity soon and sees Bitcoin outperforming the S&P 500. We'll also be discussing Michael Saylor playing a little interesting post that could be meaning they're about to make a major Bitcoin purchase incoming. I'll be dissecting this, as well as Bitcoin price can surge 200% to cross 100,000 if this particular thing happens, according to an analyst. We'll also be discussing a potential 1 million Bitcoin price target by 2027, according to an analyst that says Bitcoin could be mirroring the Japanese stock market's early years. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. What's up, family? What's poppin'? Welcome everyone to the live stream. We should be streaming live and in the flesh on 3 platforms right now, including X, Rumble, and YouTube. Shout out everyone in the live chat. Shortcoin, the Oracle. Shout out to the mods, all the members. Huddle Gang, where you at? Everlasting Bliss. Mark, hey there from sunny Scotland. Thanks for letting me know where you're tuned in from. I'm broadcasting live from the beautiful island of Puerto Rico, a territory here of the United States, and I'll be streaming for the next couple of hours. Good to see you, Shortcoin. Good to see you, James. Is that Brunson? Let's go, Knicks. That's right. We rocking the Brunson 11 jersey. Shout out Crypto Surge for hooking this baby up. And let's go. What's poppin', family? Let me know where you're tuned in from. I'm going to go ahead and pin the stream right now on my profile, so it's very easy to find over on X. You'll notice it right there when you go to the profile, and just pinned it for you guys, so it should be easy to find. If you guys can repost it, any repost with a quote, I'll repost your reposts. I'll shout you out and also follow you if you're a first-time reposter. Shout out JC Ice Eyes, baby. Just reposted ya. Enjoy the theme music.
Oh my gosh, it's finally almost here. JV is going to talk to us. Crypto news is near. I can't stand waiting. There is no debating. I waited all day, maybe I need a life, but Bitcoin is all I can think about day and night. Hurry, JV.
Welcome everyone to the live stream. It is August 20th. It is a Tuesday market. A lot of volatility. We're still in the green overall past 24 hours, but like right before I was prepping the stream, we were 61. Things were looking very lit. And then we had a big red corrective candle in the hourly chart, which we'll be dissecting here, as well as the latest price action, live TA as we do each and every day. A lot of news stories, a lot of bullishness as well. Welcome everyone on the stream. I see we already got over 100 people on right now. If you guys can repost this, it's always greatly appreciated. Shout out MRNC. Good to see you. Mr. Bone Daddy. What's poppin'? What's good in the hood? Shout out Tony. Morning Overkill 007. What's good, brother? Welcome to the live stream. Let me know where you guys are tuned in from and what are you guys most excited for in the markets this week, and where do you think the market will take us? Holla, holla, and let me know. But it's so weird, this $60,000 resistance. It's like we're above, we're tinkering on the cusp of, and repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. But I'm just happy I can always play this song.
Bitcoin, 60 G's, 60 G's. Buying
Opportunity for 6 level sexy G's. What do you think, JV? Who cares about a boring kitty? I'm for the bitty. I'm for the Nippinator. I'm for Nipsey.
Not for the weed I dope.
Shout out Devon as well as Matt McCrae. I appreciate it. As I promised you, any comments on the live stream will get reposted, and also, reposts will get reposted, such as Matt McCrae wrote, JV is here, hashtag Bitcoin. Just reposted, Jabrowski. Thank you very much. 60 G's, let's go.
Cat, kitty, cat, kitty, cat. I'm for
Stacking the sats.
Stack the sats. Ain't no thing, baby,
It's a chance to stack those sats. I know, it's like we're stuck. We're stalling. What's going on, Shortcoin? South Carolina, USA representing. Shout out the Oracle. Jack Baldry from the UK. Shout out to the UK fam as well. All my European fam, all the international fam, all the African fam, all my Central American fam, my South American fam, my Aussies, my Kiwis, and the rest of the crew. Was good. Even shout out, obviously, everyone over there in the Middle East as well. I know Muhammad, where you at, brother? Assalamu alaikum. Diana, good to see you. Welcome to the stream. But anyways, if you're new to the channel, very important to smash the likes, then subscribe and hit the bell icon to turn on all notifications. Today is pod episode number 1736. I'm your host, JV. It's August 20th, 2024. A lot of volatility in the market. Like I said, maybe an hour ago, we were 61,000. Right now, we're at roughly 58,700. Expect more extreme volatility. And welcome. Let's kick it off with our market watch, as we do each and every day. You can see Bitcoin barely in the green, maintaining as we're just started correcting right before I went live. We have Ether down 0.5%, maintaining about 2,500 in the red. We have Solana down 1%. We got Tron, a big gainer. I know JC's digging that. Tron's up 8%. AVAX up roughly 6%. And XRP is back above 59 cents. It did tap 60 cents as well yesterday. So there you go. And checking out coinmarketcap.com. Current crypto market cap barely sitting above 2 trillion. It's 2.08 trillion. To be more precise, the Bitcoin market cap is $1.16 trillion. We got roughly 68 billion worth of volume past 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance declining along with the ETH dominance. BTC dom 55.8%. Ether dominance all the way down to 14.9%. As I predicted yesterday, we were 15% even, and I said we'll most likely be in the 14s by tomorrow, and here we are. And checking out top 100 crypto gainers past 24 hours, we do got Brett, BTT, and Ave leading the pack. Let me know which alts, if any, family you're most bullish on, as you can clearly see some of the alts are stealing the momentum and the limelight right now. And checking out the crypto bubbles first. We can get a daily perspective. Safe to say alts are crushing for the day, at least. Maybe 95% of them pumping in the green. And zooming out on the monthly, it's like the opposite effect, 95% blood red shed, unfortunately. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, today we're 30 in fear, yesterday at 28, last week at 31, and last month 74 in greed. And checking out the time chain calendar. Let's go. We're currently at Bitcoin block 857,631. So we got quite a while until the next halving. Clearly won't be until 2028. But interesting statistic, you can currently buy 1,642 Satoshis per dollar. Yesterday it was in the 1,700 range. So stack the sats while you still can, family. And shout out everyone just joining the live stream. Welcome to today's pod. Let's get it. And don't forget to subscribe to the #1 Bitcoin music channel. That's Chandy10 Music. You'll notice a link in the chat, pinned at the, in the chat for you guys there. And I encourage everyone over on X to visit us on YouTube so you can interact in the chat, considering it's a live and interactive show. And the direct YouTube link is cryptonewsalerts.net.
It's a chance to stack those sats, chance to stack those big T's. Baby, you never heard about me with another coin. Bitcoin on my mind, on my Bitcoin.
And my Bitcoin on my mind. 60 G's, a buying opportunity. Shout out Laura, good to see you in the fam, in the building. Dang, Bitcoin looking good all morning, so I turned in for a good day. Oh well, 60 seems the limit for now. Well, we were 61 moments ago. Like, we just had a big red corrective candle, which I'll be pulling up in the live charts, and you guys can check it out for yourselves. But welcome to the stream, Bob. Now over 200 people on. Don't forget, family, we're on 3 platforms. So shout out to the X fam, Rumble fam, YouTube fam, and I'll be streaming for the next couple of hours. Shout out DNA Noonan. Good morning. Jay Beasy, hit the likes, you bunch of degens. Bitcoin on my mind. That's right. Dang. Big love, CNA fam. Thank you, Tough T. Just a reminder, if you guys can all repost the stream, it'll help out a lot. Much appreciated. Shout out Crypto Surge. Just reposted Jabrowski. He put, we're live now. Family lunchtime. Shout out to the entire family. The Crypto Surge. Repping New York. Let's go. And yeah, yo. Diana, has anyone ever else noticed viewers on YouTube going down? Don't want to jinx it, but it seems like the numbers are going up. Yeah, YouTube numbers have been all-time lows for me in the past 5 years. I'm assuming it was just me, because since I got my channel back from the BS termination, they terminated my channel on false pretenses a few months ago, and as soon as I got it back, 90% of my traffic was gone and never came back. It's weird. But yeah, we used to have 1,000+ people on every YouTube stream for a while, and now it's a struggle to get to 100. So 90% of the traffic gone. Hopefully it comes back sometime, but I'm very stubborn, so I'm going to continue to stream on YouTube. But good news, we make up that slack we lost on YouTube on X, because by the end of the stream, we always have at least 1,000 people on X, sometimes 2,000, sometimes as many as 10,000 live on X. So, you know what I mean? Crazy. Thank you, JBZ. Smash the like, subscribe, repost on X. Much appreciated. Short coin in the building. I never left. Appreciate you, Greg. 60 G's, baby.
Bitcoin. But I don't sweat it because it's just pathetic.
Shout out Dirty. He put, if you ain't going to the show, then you getting left behind. That's right.
To let it get me involved in that sound.
Shout out Clevelander77. He put, it's going up forever. That's right. Much appreciated. Just reposted you back. Thank you guys for all the reposts. You guys are the bomb diggity.
On the dip crowd sound. On the dip crowd dip sell.
JV, that band suck? Yeah, it sure did. Because not only that, I finally got my YouTube income for the first time in 6 years, up to 6,000 or whatever, 5,000-6,000 a month. It was the highest I got my YouTube ad income. I'll be 100% transparent. I'm like, wow, not too shabby. After 6 years of streaming, I could now earn a decent living. And then as soon as I hit that, my channel got terminated, and I virtually lost 90% of my income, along with 90% of my traffic, which is crazy. But yeah, thank you, YouTube. When Bitcoin's up, so now it's like starting all over again. It's like I just started a channel from scratch, and I gotta start all over after 6 years of streaming and whatever, 1,700 and 30 plus episodes. It's crazy. When Bitcoin's hovering around 72, everyone will return. Return of the dragon, eh? Yeah, the current all-time high is 73.8, which we achieved mid-March. So you're probably right. When we enter price discovery, that's when things get exciting, and a lot of people tune in. Shout out Sergio. I appreciate the repost. And make sure to check out bitcoincaps.net if you'd like yourself one of these sexy caps, because he's the one who hooked it up. You know what I mean? JB, those mofos. Mofos. What are you going to do with these mofos? But anyways, let's dive into today's Bitcoin technical analysis. Check out the charts where the price action is likely to take us next. Here we go. Headline here reads, Bitcoin seen following stocks as Bitcoin gains 2.5% to attack 61 G's, baby. And we'll also be pulling up the live charts after I read to you this article. Bitcoin sought weekly highs on August 20th as the push above 61,000 brought hopes of a Bitcoin price comeback. I mean, look at the green candle on the hourly chart. Things were looking pretty sexy and amazing. Trading views showed local highs of 61.4 on Bitstamp, with Bitcoin up 2.4% on the day. Clearly, now at the time of the recording, I mean, we just had another corrective red candle right back down to 59. So, I mean, more extreme volatility, I think, is on the way personally, as I've been telling you guys. QCP pointed out that the corporate share buybacks have surged 1.15 trillion this year. Goldman Sachs trading unit has seen record client demand for the dips. And Cointelegraph flagged the lack of correlation between crypto and equities, while gold hit fresh all-time highs last week. Quoting them again, risk-on sentiment could extend to crypto and gold, pushing Bitcoin higher, given the strong demand for the topside calls. Further cues on U.S. financial policy easing are slated to come courtesy of the Fed at its annual Jackson Hole Symposium at the end of the week. Comparisons circulating on social media show the S&P 500 in particular tends to rally after Jackson Hole events. So, I mean, as outlined right here. Now, turning to Bitcoin itself, an air of caution prevails. The price is still lodged in a downward sloping range, unable to break towards key resistance near $70,000. Quoting Mark Cullen, Bitcoin squeezed through 59.5 level overnight, taking liquidity above the weekend highs and hitting the upper trend line. Can Bitcoin hold 60,000 now and make a run for the liquidity above the early August highs in the low to mid 60,000s? What are your thoughts, family? Let me know. And quoting Rec Capital, history has repeated itself. Bitcoin is now trying to confirm a reclaim of the channel bottom as support. Weekly candle close above the channel bottom would be bullish. Credible Crypto was meanwhile amongst those seeing sideways price action, holding firm for the short term. Quoting Credible, still expect the green zone to hold for now. And if we get that, but this range may take a bit longer to play out at the same time, and he's ultimately pointing out to that $56,000 level. And before I pull up some of the live charts, here's some other things in the news. El Salvador is the new sovereign denominator. According to Max Kaiser, every country's freedom index will be measured against El Salvador on a scale of 1 to 100. The U.S. scores around 80%, Britain around 70%, and pointing out the latest from Plan B, creator of the Bitcoin stock and flow model, Bitcoin at 60 Gs, up 4x from the bottom, just like before the pump in 2017 and in 2020 and 2021. He also points out a periodic reminder, you can't keep the ball underwater forever, and that's a great metaphor. Mt. Gox returning 140,000 biddies, German government selling 50,000 biddies, US Gov selling 10,000 biddies, miners forced to sell the biddy after the halving. That's all done now. He makes a good point. And as Jack Mallers points out here, he predicts 100,000 Bitcoin before the end of the year and delivers an exceptional interview. He says Bitcoin as a strategic reserve asset, confidence of the US dollar, and printing money to buy Bitcoin were three topics of conversation. I'll be sharing some of that stuff a little deeper when we dive into the Jack Mallers story. But nonetheless, fam, let's pull up some of the live charts here. You're looking at the 1 hour chart, and you can see big green candle earlier in the day, big red candle just right before we start going live here this afternoon. So let me switch up the scene so it's cleaner for you. So as you can see, this is live and in the flesh, live chart action. This is the 1 hour chart brought to you via TradingView, via Coinbase. And we do got a lot of targets, a lot happening here. We have an inverted head and shoulders target sitting at 64,284. We do have a target in the orange sitting at 53,004. And we do have a right shoulder formation breakout. And again, you can see the big red candles on the hourly just, again, right before we start to go live. So let's see where we bounce from here. And zooming out, we'll check out the 4 hour. Here's the 4 hour chart. You just see that big red candle, which corrected us back down from 61.4 to where we're currently at, which is at 58.9. And zooming out a little more, we'll check out the 1 day. And on the 1 day chart, you can see it's just back and forth, green, red, green, red, green, red. It's been pretty wild. We do have a target, though, sitting all the way down at 47.7 on the daily chart. And going a little broader, we'll check out the weekly. We still have the sexy cup and handle target sitting at 125 Gs, baby. So send that mofo, and we'll zoom out for the monthly. Here's the monthly chart, live and in the flesh. And as you can see, now we're starting to develop a red candle, but we still got roughly 10 or 11 days left for the month of August, and we can still definitely close for the month of August in the green. Now, historically, September is going to be bullish. I mean, we did have a very bearish June and July. August is yet to be determined, as we have another week and a half left, and then we'll see how September plays out before we enter the fourth quarter of the year, which is also around the corner, October, November, December. My personal prediction is In the fourth quarter, we surpassed the coveted six-figure milestone. I think that 125,000 target is in play, the cup and handle I pointed out on the weekly, and I think we could achieve it in the fourth quarter of this year. Let me know your thoughts.
Sell, no, sell, no, I won't Bitcoin sell. I'm no sellout. Bitcoin.
Roger out, Roger out.
Shout out Anchor Link. He put let's go. I just reposted you, broski. I'm always checking the X feed throughout the entire podcast fam so I can repost you guys. Crypto Dingo, thank you as well. Appreciate it. Return of the Dragon, September. That's right. No more September. September. I like it. 225,000 the Oracle predicts. End of the year. $500,000 to $750,000 biddy as a cycle peak, in which he projects will happen in 2025. Love the targets as well. Right in alignment with myself. I think we're going to be anywhere from 222,000 to 750,000 per Bitcoin at the cycle peak as well. And I also agree. I think it'll occur most likely in 2025. But note, not investment advice. Any predictions, anything shared on this particular stream is for entertainment purposes only. So let's go. Moonstone, good to see you. Welcome to the stream as well, and everyone just joining us. We're live and in the flesh. 500 people on the live stream right now. We're on X, Rumble, and YouTube. I will be streaming for the next 90 minutes, so spread the word. Uptober will be fun. Yes, now we're talking. Uptober. Can't wait. Maybe we'll get a special surprise price action, considering Halloween, I believe, is Bitcoin's birthday, and that's in October, last day of the month. Bitcoin to 25,000 still in play. Muhammad is calling for. I don't think we hit that, but anything is possible, and we can pray, right? I see it as going parabolic before 2025, just like it did before the halving. Agreed. I think the parabolic ascent shall continue once we break the current price discovery at 73.8. So I think once we achieve 74, we just continue rising on a parabolic trend, 100%. Ahoy, Cam, JB, and the Pirate Crew. Shout out, Greg. What to do? Look at the charts. September is usually a bad month. This is true. October should be good. Fourth quarter, so ready. Mom spaghetti. He's nervous, but on the surface, he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting. Red panty night?
It's red panty night when you sanctify me, yeah? Back at home with your wife. It's a celebration.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's the 10 says commandments.
You know how we do. Then it will Allah candle to 150 G's, baby, to 370,000 guaranteed, according to Muhammad. Thank you for sharing your insights, broski. And keep the comments flowing. It's always greatly appreciated. But as we always do, we got a lot to share. So let's dive into the next story of the day. Discuss the latest with the Bitcoin ETF. Headline reads, BlackRock Bitcoin ETF holdings surpassed Grayscale for the first time, according to Arkham Intelligence. That's right. According to blockchain intelligence firm Arkham, the BlackRock ETF holdings outpaced the rival of the long-term crypto ETF leader, Grayscale, who was once the largest Bitcoin holder in the world. BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust, better known as iBit, and the iShares Ethereum Trust now collectively represent 14.6 million more in on-chain holdings than the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, GBTC, Grayscale Ethereum Trust, Bitcoin Mini Trust, and Ethereum Mini Trust, so all their products. Quoting Arkham here. BlackRock ETF holdings overtake Grayscale for the first time. BlackRock ETFs now have the largest collective holdings of any provider. BlackRock ETF holdings, $21.2 billion. Nuts. And Grayscale ETF holdings, 21 billion. So just a little shy of the new BlackRock numbers. Collectively, that's 42 plus billion dollars worth of the biddy. Now, keep in mind, the ETFs in the United States just went live in January, Jan 11th to be exact. So they already collectively accumulated a tremendous amount of the Bitcoin. Arcam says Grayscale's digital large cap fund is not accounted for because the fund is not an ETF, quoting them here, and B, our Grayscale entity still shows a higher balance than BlackRock. This is mainly due to the Grayscale fund GDLC, which has around 460 million in assets under management and is not an ETF. BlackRock is already the world's third biggest Bitcoin holder. Bloomberg ETF analyst Balchunas says the asset manager is also on track to hold more Bitcoin than crypto assets. Anonymous creator Satoshi Nakamoto, which currently holds roughly 1.1 million Bitcoin across thousands of addresses. Now, BlackRock alone is already number 3 and on pace to be number 1 by late next year and will likely stay there for a very long time. So game theory continues, fam, in full effect as they continue to stack the biddies, smart money accumulating like there's no tomorrow. And that's something unique about this cycle to consider. We have the institutional FOMO and adoption, which was not present previous cycle. 2020 having driven purely from retail, and we surged all the way to 69,000. This time, retail hasn't even come into the picture yet, right? So it's purely been institutional FOMO this year. I'd be very surprised to see Bitcoin get below 43. I agree with JKH. I think the bottom is in personally at 49, but I could be wrong. So you got to keep that in mind as well. Bitcoin has now closed multiple candles below the 21-week moving average week. Whenever this happens, we always fall to the 200 moving average eventually, usually falling below. The 200 EMA is at around 35,000. Good to note. And guess what, fam? We're only a God candle away from 69 G's, baby.
We've been climbing, aim for $1 million climaxing.
Shout out Diana. And again, I'm following all the reposts and reposting everyone, shouting anyone out who reposts the stream on X. You'll find my stream pinned at the top of the profile, so it's easy to find. Thank you, Diana. Just reposted you.
Never stopping, Bitcoin is rising. We already hit 67K, and now we're aiming up, up.
Could the whales be waiting for after the election to buy? No, whales are already accumulating. Can whales wait longer? Of course, they're going to buy after election and pre-election, but they're already accumulating. Smart money knows what's up. Catalysts are lit. This is why I see parabolic before 2025. Retail usually gets in around February, the year after the halving. Good to note, the Oracle. Thank you. Let's keep the flow going. We're back above 59 G's, baby. I see we got over 520 people on the stream. We appreciate you. Thanks for the support, the shares, the likes, the reposts, and all that good stuff. Next story, let's discuss the latest with Mr. Jack Mallers, the Strike CEO. I know he was recently interviewed, and he doubled down on his 100,000 price target before the end of the year, and I agree with that. Like I said, I think it'll be in the fourth quarter, somewhere between October and December. Let me know your thoughts, and here's the latest from Mr. Jack Mallers. The chief executive of the Bitcoin wallet and payment app Strike believes that the federal government is about to make a move that will be beneficial for the biddy. In a new Kitco News interview, Jack Mallers says the U.S. cannot afford a strong dollar, and it also cannot afford a weaker dollar following the stock and crypto wipeout earlier in the month. And on August 5th, stocks and crypto crashed as the world witnessed the unwinding of the yen carry trade. And in Japan, droves of investors borrowed cheap yen to purchase high growth assets like stocks and crypto to generate profits. But when the yen suddenly rallied, those investors had to sell the assets, buy yen, and pay back what they borrowed to protect their profits. According to Mallers, the U.S. is now trapped, and the only way out is to stealthily print more dollars. Quoting him here from the interview, what I think we saw is the dollar weaken against the yen, trouble unwinding of the carry trade. If the dollar strengthens, it's an unwinding of another carry trade. When the dollar strengthens, those that hold dollar debt all of a sudden have a tough time financing that. You sell what you can, not what you want. All these foreign entities own treasuries. You sell the treasuries. The yields go up. U.S. solvency is now questioned. They print money anyway, so they're stuck. Mallers predicts Bitcoin will rally and outperform other asset classes once it sniffs out that fresh dollars are being injected into the system. Quoting him again, what you'll see in assets more broadly, but Bitcoin specifically, is there liquidity? Is there debasement coming to the currency? Are they injecting more dollars into the system? So my expectation is They will. And I think Bitcoin will outperform and Bitcoin will be the leader. But of course, the S&P will follow, no doubt. Let me know if you agree or disagree with Jack Mallers. And in the interview, again, as I pointed out right before I covered the story, he also projects Bitcoin at 100,000 before the end of the year, as shared in this snippet. Let me know your thoughts, family, regarding that. 100 G's by the end of the year. And do you think they'll continue to turn the money printer on? I think it's a given as well, because they're forced to do so. They're stuck between a rock and a hard place. And as long as that money printer go digitally, of course, because I don't even think they're still physically printing money as we're entering a cashless society. But digitally and metaphorically speaking, money printer go, Bitcoin price go to the moon. When Lambo, when Rari. Jack Mallers, Money Matters. Shout out Jack Mallers and Money Matters. If it follows 2017 cycle, it should hit some sick digits in December. Caesar pizza for lunch today. Enjoy the Caesars. I know a couple of boomers that took their savings and invested into the Biddy. They have an average of 1 million per person. They each now have about 16 Bitcoin. They understand the volatility. Fantastic. Vote Jack Mallers for chairman of the Fed. Let's go. And you know what almost made me sick to my stomach the other day? There's rumors that, I don't even know how to say her name. Is it Kamala? I honestly don't know. I'm trying to show her a little respect and say her name properly, but let's just say Kamala. She is looking to elect Gary Gensler as the Treasury Secretary. Did you guys see that? I'm like, so Trump promises to fire Gary as the chairman of the SEC, and Kamala wants to give him a job for doing such a fantastic job. You've been promoted. So that's pretty sus. Let me know your thoughts on that. But yeah, or Mike Saylor. How about that? How about Michael Saylor for Treasury Secretary? How do you like that? Obama, JV. I mean, that's a lot easier to say. I was just trying to show her respect. Chicken Caesar pizza. And did you guys see the convention? I didn't watch it. I would never watch such a thing. But I saw enough clips of Biden malfunctioning, trying to put a sentence together. And then at the end of the sentence that made no sense, something about women and electrical made no sense. Everyone claps. They're like trained seals. It's pretty wild, yo. And I even seen they were interviewing somebody who couldn't speak. I don't make fun of this type of person because he was clearly handicapped. And they put a mic in front of him. And I was like, so, and the guy's just like, couldn't say a word. These are the speakers at the convention. A person who can't speak plus a former president. I don't even, is Biden still even considered a president? Then he have to like bow out because he's too old. I don't know what's going on. I don't follow politics. I don't pretend to understand. But it's a clown world we're living in, yo. Saylor for Prez. Now we're talking. Scamala, I think the name Trump used. Scamala. Saw that news. That would be terrible. I think it is just a rumor, not confirmed. Saylor for president. FFG, no hair gear. There you go. Trump 2024. Trained seals. Exactly. It's just what it reminded me of. Because no matter what's said, even if it makes no coherent sense, I came home late not watching the liptards. What a joke. Mumble, and they filled it in. So sad. If harmonic patterns and Fibonacci numeric sequences mean anything from the previous all-time high, November 2021 through today, the 1.114 fib sits at 88,000 and the 1.236 fib sits at 106 Gs. All easy by the end of the year, if not much higher. Amen, Greg. Thanks for the insights. Bone Daddy says, bye, Joe. It is a clown world we live in, Devon. Scam-a-lot. Smart. Spot on. Project Scam-a-lot. The United States of America. First day, as always, the non-headliners. Shame, but they put Biden there. He was pissed. Rumor has it that RFK Jr. will quit running for president and join Thumb to prevent demon disaster. I'm not sure I understand what the thumb means. Kamala is up in the predictions market. Here's another thing. No matter what the lamestream says, you can't believe the numbers they share. The same with inflation. They say it's under control. They got it under 3%. It's never been greater. Don't believe them. And the same in the polls. If they show Camelot, Scamalot, whatever her name is, winning, it doesn't mean she's actually winning. They're just trying to create that perception so that you don't actually vote. More than likely, because that's what they did in 2016. I remember it in real time, right? They're like, oh, who was Trump running against? Was it Hillary? I don't even remember. Yeah, Hillary. They're like, Hillary's up 90% in the polls. Trump doesn't even have a chance. He has like a 2% chance. Why vote for him? And then lo and behold, Trump destroyed Hillary, right? So there's like deja vu all over again. RFK will join Trump. I do not trust the elections. I do not trust the polls. I do trust the biddy. Word. The Oracle, the Nipponator indicator. Let's get it. But anyways, fam.
At that 69 speed G spot, rocket taking off. Everybody knows it's the magic spot. Watch how it goes when we hit the 69K.
We're going to hit that 69K. God candle, send it. Camelot, Scamelot, camel toes. You nailed it, Serge. Thank you. Next story of the day. Here's the latest from Mikey Saylor. I think he's hinting of a massive purchase. The headline here reads, big Bitcoin buy incoming. Michael Saylor playful Bitcoin tweet. That's right. On Sunday, MicroStrategy executive Mikey Saylor shared, we are going to need a bigger truck with a Bitcoin hashtag. Could he be hinting of a bold crypto move ahead for his company? I mean, look at that. Load up the truck. We need a bigger one. I like that Bitcoin truck. That's actually pretty sexy. If I was a trucker, that's the precise truck I would like to own. Hey. Anyways, he says, gonna need a whole fleet. According to a Solana meme coin project in response to Saylor's weekend posts, meanwhile adding a puppy with laser eyes to their reply. And under the leadership of founder Saylor, an MIT grad, the Virginia-based tech business intelligence and cloud services company has been acquiring the biddy like there is no tomorrow. Saylor's peers in the Bitcoin community online vehemently agree with his company's strategy. In fact, earlier in the month, MicroStrategy announced it would be raising $2 billion to buy more Bitcoin by selling corporate shares. The company announced its Class A share sales in a regulatory filing with the US SEC on August 1st. And in quarter two of this year, from the beginning of April through June, MicroStrategy bought 12,222 BTC for $805 million, bringing its total Bitcoin on hand to 226,500 BTC at a total cost MicroStrategy of just $8.3 billion. That's all. And at the prevailing Bitcoin price as of Sunday, August 18th, that pile is worth $13.5 billion. So let's run the math. That's a $5+ billion gain, or roughly in that ballpark, $5 billion, family. Unrealized, obviously. Now, according to the new SEC filing, also South Korea's pension fund recently bought 34 million MSTR shares, which could be the inspiration behind Saylor's tweet on Sunday. What are your thoughts? MicroStrategy stock may be on sale, but the on-chain Bitcoin could provide investors with more security while being just as easy to acquire as stocks in 2024. The reason MicroStrategy stocks could be on sale, they're now trading at around $130 per share. That makes them 90% cheaper after the 10-to-1 stock split to make the stock more affordable to a wider range of investors. Amazon has done this a handful of times in its history as a publicly traded company. It signals that the company and financial markets see its stocks as a high growth investment with big upside left in the future. So definitely bullish. But retail investors who want to keep it simple are sticking with holding their on-chain Bitcoin in their wallets. And I would encourage you to do the same thing. Obviously, the only non-confiscatable Bitcoin is properly secured, self-custodied BTC. So don't keep your Bitcoin on the exchanges because not your keys, not your cheese. So, or they prefer day trading it in the Bitcoin markets, but just be careful. Day traders typically are losers in the sense most gamblers lose. Markets always win. The house always wins. Exchanges are going to win regardless. They're collecting a percentage of the fees, but most traders will lose. So be very careful out there, family. It's a dog-eat-dog world. And although in August, markets are experiencing caution across the board and in the crypto markets, there's also bearish signals as well for this month, obviously. But we got to get out of August, see where September likely takes us, fam. Do you think Michael Saylor is flexing, basically insinuating that that $2 billion purchase may be complete? Let me know your thoughts. That's right, Mankey, nacho cheese. Exactly. Andy Bashir wants JD Vance's family to get violated. What? Is that what they're talking about now? Jesus. I also saw something. I didn't watch it, but I saw Steve Kerr. He used to play, I think, guard for the Chicago Bulls back when I was a kid. And he said some very sus things as well, insinuating Trump's unalive. I didn't actually watch it. I just saw some of the posts, so you guys can clue me in. JV, I agree, gamblers. I mean, can we keep it 100? If it was so easy to trade, everyone would do that for a living and no one would have a job and everyone would win. But in order for someone to win, someone has to lose. Dog eat dog. Anti-crypto ain't like us. They're not like us, JV. NY in the building. New York representing. Brunson style. Number 11. Let's go. Shout out Dominic Longo. Let's get it, yo.
Don't call it a comeback.
Bitcoin's been here for years, peer to peer. You know how we do.
Continue to grow, let it flow, 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 flow. Magic cosmic fire, the rocket is fueled up. Prepare for flight, rocket up kind of.
And just a quick reminder for anyone just joining the stream, we got over 1,700 people here, so I appreciate the support. You'll notice on my X feed, pinned at the very top, is the live stream. If you guys can all repost it and repost with a quote, you'll get reposted. We already have 9 reposts and 7 hearts, so our ratio of reposts to hearts is unprecedented. So I greatly appreciate y'all. Y'all are amazing, and that's why we always have thousands of people on the X feed before the end of the stream. All thanks to you guys reposting the stream. It's the greatest thing you guys can do to get more eyeballs on us. And for you guys over on X as well, if you can visit the YouTube, the direct link is cryptonewsalerts.net. We need your help as well because YouTube pretty much shows us no love. So it's a struggle to maintain 100 people on a stream for whatever reason, even though we used to get thousands of people on our streams on YouTube. So not financial advice, but for all of you Bitcoiners out there, consider a small bag of MSTR, MSTX, and miners such as Marathon, Riot, etc., Clean Spark Y of Bitcoin 2Xs. They can 4 to 5 to 10X. Thank you for sharing, Greg. NYC, baby, you know how we do. You know I was born in Long Island, Strong Island, representing. Both my parents are from Brooklyn. My entire family is from New York. So I got a lot of New York love, though I don't obviously reside there any longer. JV adapted to the sunshine and warm weather. Best news channel on the tube. Thank you, Dominic. I appreciate that. Very, very nice of you to share. Really effed up in the head. I used to call KRS-One the teacher. There is a new teacher, and that is Michael Saylor. There is no second best. Shout out KRS.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay, what's the second best?
There is no second
I'm not
best.
saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
You know what I mean? But anyways, let's keep it moving. Next story of the day, we discussed the latest with Mikey Saylor. Now let's discuss a 100,000 bullish target, and then we'll project a 1 million chart that suggests from an analyst, TechDev, suggests Bitcoin hitting 1 million potentially by 2027, which would be pretty lit. And then we'll dive into our live Q&A and all that fun stuff. And if you're just joining us, remember, I'm going to be streaming for the next hour and 15 minutes, so please repost this, spread the word, let people know we're live, and I greatly appreciate it. But yeah, here's this next headline. Bitcoin price can surge 200% to cross the 6-figure milestone if this happens. What exactly needs to happen? So on a post on X, we have Jamie Couts, chief crypto analyst at Real Vision, shared his bullish expectation for the biddy for this year. The analyst predicts Bitcoin could experience 200% surge, potentially reaching 100,000 before the end of the year. Right in alignment with Jack Mallers, right in alignment with JV, right in alignment with JC, the one and only Oracle. Couts argues that Bitcoin could see significant gains in the near future based on global financial conditions, specifically the actions of the central banking cartels. The crypto analyst noted that the central banking cartels are capitulating and the liquidity spigots are opening, signaling the Bitcoin price is about to go higher. And capitulating here means the central banking cartels are easily easing monetary policies, most likely due to the economic pressures, and additionally opening the liquidity spigots, suggesting the central banking cartels are increasing the money supply through various measures. Couch revealed in his post that the global liquidity momentum model, known as the MSI, has provided a bullish regime signal for the first time since November 2023. He recalled that after witnessing this signal last year in 2023, Bitcoin rallied as high as 75% from November 2023 to April 2024 before the regime flipped bearish. As outlined here in the chart, fam. The analyst also revealed that over the past month, the Bank of Japan and the People's Bank of China have injected a substantial capital into the system, amounting to $400 billion and $97 billion, respectively. Globally, the money-based credit has also expanded by $1.2 trillion, facilitated by the weakening United States dollar. The decrease also indicates a possible coordination with the U.S. Fed. Now, drawing comparisons to the previous cycles where Bitcoin rose 19x in 2017, how many of you witnessed that, family? Pretty lit, right? That was my inaugural year into the Bitcoin. My first Bitcoin was like $1,500. It was kind of like maybe mid-year. And then by the end of the year, we climbed to roughly freaking 20 G's. It was pretty wild. So, and also 6x in 2024. Couch projects Bitcoin could witness a 2 to 3x. Now, I think they meant in 2020 with that 6x. There's always typos in articles, family. So I'm going to assume that 6x was in 2020. And they're projecting a 2 to 3x for this year in 2024 if the US dollar index drops below 101. And according to TradingView, the US dollar index is currently 102. So we're not so far away. A decrease below 101 would likely be a result of the continued central bank injections that could potentially increase the global money supply, which is the M2 of 120 trillion. Jesus, imagine that, 120 trillion for the M2 before the end of the cycle. Now, Couch concluded his Bitcoin bull forecast by noting that a credit-based fractional reserve banking system, the money supply must continually flow and expand to support the outstanding debt. If it does not, the entire financial system could collapse like a house of freaking cards. And in a more recent post, we had Mikey Bull, or is it Milky Bull, shared his highly optimistic projections for the Biddy, projecting Bitcoin's movement from 2016 to 2025, analyzed in a forecast. Bitcoin's prepping for a face-melting parabolic that could potentially see the price surge as high as 190 G's. Send that face-melting parabolic candle, will ya? I think I'm ready. What about you guys? What do you got to say, broskies? Holla. Let me know. 69 G's. Let's go. Let's go.
There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? The point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura.
I took a power nap yesterday when I got home and felt like a champ when I woke up. I just took a power nap right before my stream. I power napped from, I think, 10:45 to 11:45, and then I wake up 11:45, and I feel like a biddy, better than $1 million. I feel like a biddy. Give me the face melt, says Knoxbell. I'm with you. Other factors could propel Bitcoin into the stratosphere. The Bitcoin exchange reserves are nearing all-time lows. That's right. I heard that as well. Bitcoin mining difficulty near all-time high, and Bitcoin long-term hodl wallets. That's right. All-time high Bitcoin ETFs continue to grow. As I pointed out already, BlackRock over 20 billion in Bitcoin ETF volume, family. Grayscale roughly the same. That's collectively 42 billion worth of the Biddy just between those two asset managers. Pretty wild. 60 plus larger banks. That's right. We also discussed that a couple of pods ago. There's over 90 major banks on the cusp of insolvency. So only keep in the bank what you can afford to lose. I appreciate that heads up. It'll send the price through the roof when those houses start to tumble. So the house of cards, the big bad wolf, whew, it's going to happen. I'm ready, fam. Shout out Sailing Fishing Twins South Africa. Please stand up. Oh, good. I haven't been on high jet today. That's a good sign, Data. You've been behaving yourselves. A biddy. A biddy saved is a biddy earned. Yay, you are visible today. So I don't know what happened to you yesterday. You were ultimately Caspered? My friendly ghost?
High, Darting, darting, darting.
And we're about to dive into our feature story of the day, discuss a $1 million price target for the Biddy by 2027, according to this chart presented by Analyst TechDev. Please repost the stream. Let people know we still live in this piece. 800 people already on. Let's get it.
69G bound, such a fun time. Rocket up, kind of doing. Sexy rising Bitcoin. We're on the brink, we're feeling fine.
Oh yeah, and I have a brand new music video and song never shared before. I'm going to be sharing a little bit later on the Rumble. Yesterday we shared a new video. The day before we shared a new video. So we're keeping with the flow. So shout out Chandy10 Music. Make sure to subscribe to our channel. But I have another theme song we created for the Kaiser Report return. Kaiser Report is back. And it's pretty lit. And shout out Darth Melda, better late than never. Amen. Just reposted just this. Thank you very much for your support each and every day. You're amazing. It was a blue Aquarius moon last night. Ooh, super moon. I think it's referred to as the power moon. That's right. That is right. And we also have, me and Chandy got some other songs in the works as well we're working on right now. So a lot of new music to share with you guys. Shout out Chandy10, the one and only. Make sure you guys subscribe to her channel. She's on the cusp of hitting 100,000 subs. So close. Chandy is going to burn herself out if she keeps this up. Smash the likes and subscribe and repost. Thank you, Serge. Appreciate it. Thank you, 21 Gaming and the rest of the fam. I see all the reposts and love, coming in. I'm watching the feed right now. Yeah, but anyways, let's get right into it with our feature story of the day. So let me sip on some more kombucha. When I sip this stuff, I feel like the sloth with a cape. I'm just saying, I feel like a sloth with a cape right now, especially in my Brunson jersey. Cheers, especially to Serge. Explosion, overpowering, competition, devouring. Bitcoin said, knock you out. Satoshi said, knock you out. Anyways, how you guys doing today? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Don't be a stranger. I love to hear the strawberry moon. Well, we may have to play you that jammy jam. I'll play the video later on the Rumble. I'm going to play a brand new video never seen before. We got so far 2 variations I really love for the Kaiser Report return for the theme music that Chandy created, and I created the music videos for them. And I'm going to share the new one in a little bit, and I think you guys are going to enjoy it. But anyways, now for our featured story of the day. Crypto analyst TechDev is hinting that Bitcoin could hit $1 million by 2027, according to this chart he recently shared. So let's break this baby down. And how many of you are optimistic that we could hit a 7-figure? I understand we didn't hit 6 figures yet. We're getting a little ahead of the horse here. But nonetheless, we know 6 figures is coming. My personal prediction is 6 figures before the end of the year here in Q4. So do you think we could 10x that and hit 1 milli potentially by 2027? Let's talk about it. Bitcoin's chart appears to be mirroring a Japanese stock market index, according to TechDev. That's right. TechDev shared charts with his almost 500,000 followers on X, comparing the Biddy to the Nikkei 225, a price-weighted index that tracks 225 blue-chip companies trading on the Tokyo Stock Exchange. Now, JV has never been to Japan, but it's on my bucket list. My daughter tells me she wants to go to Japan, so we got to make it happen. Let me know, guys, if you've ever been there. Quoting him here, haven't seen much else like it. Log growth cycles have existed well before Bitcoin. Different assets, different decades, same species. Without looking at time or price, most would think the first half of the Nikkei's chart is Bitcoin's. It must have had a halving every 10 years. Bitcoin's latest leg consistently shows more volatility, but the trend doesn't care. Now look how similar that is. This is the Nikkei 225 index on the left and Bitcoin on the right. It's so similar. It's not even funny. Crazy, right? How that could be like that. Now, the chart suggests Bitcoin can crack 1 million in 2027 before correcting sharply. Now, hypothetically, let's just pretend Bitcoin does hit 1 million in 2027 and we get a sharp correction. How much do you think we correct? when we hit 7 figures? Do you think we correct to 500,000? Do you think we correct all the way down to 200,000, lose 80% of the value in the market? Or do you think it'll even be much less, like maybe 20%, 30%? I'd love to know your thoughts. I personally think when we hit the cycle peak for this cycle that we're currently in, the current epoch, let's hypothetically say we hit 500,000 per coin as a cycle peak next year in 2025. I think 50% is very realistic as far as a correction, meaning if we did hit 500, we can correct to 250. But let me know your thoughts. I just don't see the 80, 90% corrections like we have witnessed before. But I can be wrong. Not investment advice. Take anything I say with a grain of salt. And, you know what I mean? Do your own research. The Analyst also shares a chart comparing Bitcoin to the NASDAQ, another interesting one. Confluence for a longer macro leg than many expect, back to new highs. Also a little similar here. Very similar. Earlier in the month, TechDev noted in a newsletter he was optimistic about the recent downturn of the crypto market, quoting the Analyst. Obviously, there is extreme fear in the market. The last 2 weeks were filled with told you comments from doomer bears. Doomer bears. On a retest of 48,000, the levels they previously said would never be reached. Last time, there were doom posting to 25 or at 25 Gs. Exactly what I like to see. The fact that it came at a time when the global macro conditions are pointing up makes it nothing more than 2 weeks of loud noise to me. More like the last 6 months. It is usually the case in all speculative markets, but the last 2 years haven't reflected this more than any other time in the crypto market. It doesn't move up until X is scared absolutely shitless. That was the case at 15,000 after the FTX crash, at 20,000 after the regional banking crisis, and at 38,000 after the brutal post-ETF wick. And now, what you'll also recall is how much sentiment can whiplash in a couple of weeks, expecting it again. All the while, the global cycle continues to point higher. And here's some of the actual tweets that he recently made. Haven't seen much else like it. Log, referring to the logarithmic scale, growth cycles have existed well before the Biddy. Different assets, different decades, same frickin' species. And again, the Nikkei 225 index on the left with the Bitcoin/US dollar index on the right. And another one he shared here, confluence for the longer macro leg than many expect, back at new highs, baby. And on the top, you can see the, let's see here, the Bitcoin/US dollar, and on the bottom is the NASDAQ. So in comparison to the stock market here in the United States. But there you have it, yo. Let me know your thoughts. Can you see a $1 million Bitcoin price? And if you don't see it by 2027, by what year do you think it is most probable? My personal projection, most probable time we hit 7 figures, I'm going to shoot with 2029. That can change. Things can change very fast. But at this current moment in time, I'm pretty confident that 2029 would be the year we hit 7 figures. And I think next year in 2025, we hit the cycle peak. And again, I think it could go anywhere. Bear scenario, 222,000. Bull scenario, 750,000. So let's just say the medium average would be 500,000, which is right where the stock to flow puts Bitcoin post 2024 leading into 2028, the next halving. So let's just hypothetically say we're 500,000 as the cycle peak next year, this cycle, then all we got to do is 2x, right? And I think that would happen most likely the year following the following halving, which would be in 2029. But let me know your thoughts, family, and welcome to the Q&A segment of the live show. Feel free to ask your questions, and I will address them to the best of my abilities. Honey Badger don't care. That's right. Honey Badger don't give a what. The Oracle, each and every cycle peak has corrected less and less. Good point. I agree that it may be around 50% or less. I see it between 30 and 50%. I hope you're right. With my TA, shout out to the Oracle. Japan is definitely on my bucket list since I'm a car guy. That's what's up. Fish and twins, you must see that moon so close. Yeah, so my daughter just loves Japanese culture because her favorite video game is Genshin Impact. And, you know, everything is Japanese for kids nowadays. Even myself, though, I mean, I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z, clearly Japanese as well. I think the creator, correct me if I'm wrong, rest in peace, creator of Dragon Ball, because I know he more recently passed. But I was watching a Dragon Ball movie with my daughter the other day, and the creator was Satoshi. I'm like, no way. Satoshi created the Dragon Ball movie and Bitcoin? Clearly a different Satoshi, but I digress. 2033, 1 million BTC. I'll take it, but I think we'll hit it before. Very doable, then. Very doable. So you're just one cycle behind me on that projection. Anything's possible. I think another major factor, family, is going to be how the dollar is doing. Will the dollar have hyperinflated by then to virtually nothing? Will it require $10,000 to buy a cart of groceries? That's a legitimate question. Let me know. So clean in Japan and great shopping. That's what's up. So you're a fan. I know the Oracle is a fan. I know she studied martial arts out there. Yeah, I've never been there, but I've been to Asia many times. I just never got to Japan. I spent 13 months in China. Interesting. And I spent some time in Bali, I think 30 days. And I spent about 30 days in Thailand. So far, my favorite country in Asia, hands down, Thailand. Thailand's pretty amazing. One of my favorite countries in the world. But who knows? Maybe Japan will top it. I don't know. Dragon Ball B. Dragon Ball B, eh? Shout out Josh. What's poppin', brother? Welcome to the stream. Oh, my bad. I meant 2030. That was a mistake. Next year, by the way, the moon happy retirement. Send it, Ricky Norwood. Let's get it.
Counting down the seconds, it's almost time. Hold your breath, keep it tight. 69 G's gonna like.
Shout out Crypto Dingo. I see the repost. He put, "Are you ready to rumble? Come check out the best Bitcoin and hang with JV, the best Bitcoin stream that is the Bitcoin fam." Thank you, Crypto Dingo. Just reposted your brother. Shout out Silver Spike. Just reposted your brother. Anyone who reposts the stream is getting reposted, even if it's a repost of the repost of the repost. All comments on the stream get reposted because clearly it helps us get a lot of eyeballs on the stream. I'm going to be streaming for the next hour. Welcome to the Q&A segment of the stream. We have roughly 900 people here already. I see 7 figures by the next halving. I think that will hit 7-figure mark just before the 2028 halving. How crazy will that be? Hypothetically speaking, family, how crazy would that be? 1 million before the 2028 halving. That just leaves my mind blown beyond expectations, because if, hypothetically speaking, we did hit 1 million before 2028, like in 2027, before the year of the halving, just imagine where the cycle peak would take us the following cycle, right? We'd probably be multiple 7 figures. Now, how would that change your life? Hypothetically speaking, there's no guarantee, but hypothetically speaking, if Bitcoin was multiple 7 figures, let's just be humble. $2 million per coin. How would that transform and impact your life? Let me know. Would you still work a job? Would you start a podcast like JV? Let me know. But yeah, 7 figures sounds pretty lit. I know it's inevitable. I could already see it happening. There's even a possibility, family, it can happen this year. Not saying that's a probable scenario, but it can happen this year. It can happen next year. It can happen when we least expect it. Anything is possible. I know I remind you guys a lot. I know I'm preaching to the choir, but Bitcoin has no top because fiat, monopoly, tulip, bulb, mania has no bottom. Let's go, Misha Wright. Welcome to the stream. So excited for the Bitcoin CNA fam, which means grab all the Bitcoin you can. Grab thy biddy. Grab thy biddy. How's it doing, JB? The sidetracking the biddy. We sidetracking, sidestepping Bitcoin Boet. I appreciate it. Like I said, anyone who reposts the stream, get reposted and shouted out. And I'll also follow anyone on X. So if you want me to follow you, just repost my stream. I'll follow you. My account right now, I think I'm up to 34.6 thousand followers. And clearly, when you have influencers or accounts with a big following you, it's only going to help your account. So it's a win-win. I used to be very greedy with who I follow, but now I'm following like 1,100. It even says it on the profile. 1,100 people. 11 is my favorite number and all. But there was a time I wouldn't follow anyone but like a handful of people. But now I'll follow anyone who shows me love because it's reciprocal. BLX Weekly, the oldest of all the Bitcoin charts. Bitcoin goes up approximately 2 fib levels post-halving. The 1.114 sits at 400 Gs. The 1.236 sits at 3 million, all possible by April 2028, next halving. Nacho keys, nacho cheese. The rest of my alts are all going to the biddy after the cycle. How do you say shit's coin? I talk to a lot of people. People are afraid of the current economy. We are at the tipping point. The smart money will bail out before the inflation gets any higher. Thanks for the follow, JV. You're very welcome. Bitcoin Boet, I appreciate you. Thank you for all the love, the reposts. And I see you guys. You guys are resharing the stuff every day. So I got a lot of love for y'all. Foreign, happy 420. Hey, let's go. But yeah, I think the Oracle is right. I think people know what's up. The House of Cards is collapsing. What are your thoughts?
Light up the night. Day up 69, pump appeal. We're on the brink. We're feeling sexy 69 G heat. Counting down, it's almost time. Hold your breath, be prepared to fly. Oh.
Love the optimism, but I think the cycle peak is 120 to 200. Now, Mankey, that'd be bearish in my scenario. My bear scenario is 222 to 750 as a bull. However, I'm still going to be celebrating with you guys. We're still going to have a 100K fiesta, and it'll still be life transforming to probably all of us. So 120, worst case scenario. Hey, let's go. So the bigger picture is we're in for a treat. We're in for a treat. Bitcoin's going to break price discovery at 73.8. We're going to hit 80, 90,000. 100's inevitable. And we can go from 100 to 200 within 24 hours. And you just never know. You never know. When it rips, it rips. And it's typically when people are least expecting it. Bitcoin is a disruptive asset. Let's see what happens when the dust settles. Tell them, Darth. U.S. national debt, 35 trillion, growing by 1 trillion every quarter. That is 4 trillion per year. The only way out is to fire up the printer. Inflation is here to stay. Defeat it with the biddy. That's right. The Federal Reserve has to print. My bear case is 250. I dig it. Pretty much in alignment with me and JC, the Oracle, Bitcoin Poet. So we'll see. We shall see. But anyways, fam, we're going to continue with the uncensored extended version of the pod. I'm going to premiere a brand new music video, a new song Chandy created for the Return of the Kaiser Report, new theme music. And I created the video last night, and I'm anxious to share it with you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy it. The first one got so much love over on Axio. I think it had like a ratio of 1 out of every 3 people that hearted it reposted it. And that type of ratio is like very rare. So it means people are genuinely digging it. So shout out Chandy10 Music. Make sure to subscribe to her channel. You'll notice it pinned in the comment section on the YouTube. And if you're one of the folks on the YouTube right now, there's 91 of you. Go on over to rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. Again, it's rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net so we can continue with the uncensored version of the pod and premiere a brand new music video we created for the Return of the Kaiser Report. And long live Max and Stacy and the Kaiser Report. But yeah, head on over to the rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. Again, rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. See you there. If you're on X, you're good. So the uncensored version